that was a really fun experience. And, as much fun as it was teaching and answering questions, I had a blast just kind of interviewing and chatting with the other speakers and learning from other people. That was a highlight for me.
We had Jon on the stage in Clubhouse.
Oh, that's right.
I had an entrepreneur, part of an entrepreneur club that I run, and Jon was actually a substitute that night, filling in for Eric Swanson. But he came and he rocked the show, and he was there till like 2:30 in the morning, well, Eastern time. And so, Jon, how did you feel about that experience, man? A lot of the audience was getting some great feedback about you, and they were really interested in what you were saying, and you kept them going for hours. So, what's your thoughts on that night?
Well, I put my boxing gloves on and came out swinging because it is really, really hard to fill the shoes of Eric, Mr. Awesome Swanson, who I know you had originally planned on. And we had that opportunity to basically have a substitute come in. And my experience is awesome. It's a great club, very, very great community. I didn't tell you this, but I had so many people reaching out through Clubhouse, just thanking me, not asking for any of the giveaways I gave, but just thanking me. And I thought, wow, this is a really good group. And I love that about Clubhouse. You guys attract a really, really great audience, an engaged audience. And, as much of the speaking as I did and the teaching that we kind of conversed on, some of my most impressionable parts were there towards the end when we were all kind of quizzing each other and helping one another, kind of like, in a way fortuitously masterminding with one another. And it was cool. And I know that Dr. Finance here, you decided to do kind of like a game, like a round robin backwards.
I called it reverse Q&A.
That was right.
Instead of the typical Q&A, we reversed it. Now all the people on the panel get to ask someone else on the panel and put them on the chopping block.
Yeah, and I love that. That was a really cool activity. And I hired a guy who helps me run one of my networking organizations, and he's got about 10 years of experience studying play theory. And just these simple activities, whether they're over voice, over video, over Zoom, or even in person, activities like that really create and deepen the experience and the curation that goes into an environment. And I love that. It took me back to my DJing days where really, as a public speaker, we're there to curate an environment where people can learn, grow, have an experience, or walk away with something that they didn't have prior. And that was a really fun experience. And, as much fun as it was teaching and answering questions, I had a blast just kind of interviewing and chatting with the other speakers and learning from other people. That was a highlight for me.